Hello and welcome to Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and in today's video, I am showing you how to take a straight-legged trouser pattern and make it into a wide-legged trouser pattern. These that I am using are the Love Notion Bridget Trousers. It is a Ponte pattern, but this works for any style pant, whether it's woven, knit, doesn't matter if you're wanting to take a straight leg into a wider leg. Also, I'm showing you on this pattern, I am a larger size in the waist than I am in the hip, and I find it much easier instead of grading between sizes to just add the width that I need up at the waist, and I'm showing you how I do that. I added 1.5 inches to my waist, both my waistband as well as the top of the pant. I just find it much easier than trying to grade between sizes, so I'm showing you how to do that as well. All right, and these are my newest pants. I'm obsessed with them. All right, so let's head over to the cutting table and I'll show you how to do this alteration. All right, I want to show you how I have altered my Bridget trousers to get the look. Number one, I want to talk to you a little bit about what I do for my own fitting. I do not fit in one straight size for my hips and waist. And like I mentioned, you want to pick your size based on your full hip measurement, not on your waist. Then we adjust if you need to take waist in, which you could do with the darts, or you can do it the same way that I am letting waist out. I know it's tempting to want to just grade between sizes, but I find this so much easier. And basically, if you're someone whose waist falls in a larger size than your hip size, you basically need a straighter hip curve. So this works out, I feel like, the best. And I'm going to use a pen here so that hopefully you can see what I'm talking about a little bit better. So you are going to want to use a pencil because we want to make these lines as clear as possible. But I want to give myself an extra 1.5 inches at the waist in total. So I am adding 3/8 of an inch to my side seam. This is my back piece. So if you can see here, I have added 3/8 of an inch right here at the top of the pant at the waist. And then I've taken my ruler and just taken that down to nothing by this hip notch. All right. So I've added 3/8 of an inch to both back pieces. So that gives me 3/4 of an inch. And then on the front, because we've got that slash pocket, we need to do the same thing, but only to our front pocket bag piece. So I have added 3/8 of an inch to my front pocket bag piece. I don't touch the front at all. And then I've taken it to nothing by the notch here on this piece. So this is essentially giving me an extra 1.5 inches at the waist. And then on my waist pieces, of which there are 3, I have just added 3/8 of an inch onto the side seams of each of these. So we've got our left side, our right side, and then our back, which will give us that same 1.5 inches there at the waistband as well. So that's giving me an extra 1.5 inches at the waist, so it'll be a little bit more comfortable when I fasten those pants. So that is the first thing I want to show you. It's a very easy way, and then you're not messing with grading. You know, I cut a straight size 8, except for I've just added some to the top of the waist to fit my waist. All right, the second thing we're going to do, this is for design purposes, and I want to hopefully get all of this in camera. I want to make a wider leg. So what I'm doing, I'm going to be using the 31-inch inseam. For my other ones that I made and testing, it was the 30-inch inseam that I used. I want these to be just a little bit longer, and then I can mess with the hem if I want to take it up a little. So what I'm going to do first is I'm first going to extend my grain line all the way down. Actually, no, you know what I want to do? I'm going to just extend my 31-inch inseam all the way across here, okay? I want to add, I've determined that I want to give myself an extra 3 inches in the back and 3 inches in the front. It gives me an extra 6 inches total across the whole hem of the pant, which is going to be the dramatic look I want. So I am going to make a mark here at this hem, 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches, okay? So you can see right there. Now I'm just going to take this yardstick, and I am going to take from that point up to where it's pretty seamless to go into a straight leg, which is right about here at this, right below this notch. And then I'm just, oopsie, going to do that. And then I'm going to do the same here on the front. Except on the front, I'm going to do this in a couple of passes. I want to straighten out this curve here, not the front, on the inseam. I want to straighten this out a little bit. So I'm going to use my French curve to do that. Or the hip curve. So I'm basically, we're creating a line here. So I'm going to start here. Hopefully you can see that fine. Make that a little more seamless. There we go. All right, so just taking that in and then extended to the 1.5 inches there at the bottom. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the front. I'm going to extend my 31-inch inseam hem at 1.5 inches. Keeping in mind that your front and back are going to have different widths. The back is always wider than the front. And then we're going to do something similar. I'm just going to make a line. This is going to be very like jagged there at the inseam. And then we will just smooth that out like that. And then the same on the side. And there we go. We've now made the Bridgets a wider leg pant. So just another option for taking this pattern and turning into something a little bit different. So let me know, as always, down below if you've got any questions, and then I'm just going to cut this out per the regular instructions. All right, see you next time. And there you go, easy peasy. You now have a leg opening that is 6 inches wider than it was before, which gives a really nice swing. So whether you're wanting to have something a little bit trendier or you have a pair of pants that fit you really well, that you really want to make just a wide leg for something a little bit different, this tutorial will work for all of those. I hope you found this helpful. As always, if you have any questions, please leave those down below. I'm happy to answer those as soon as possible. Till next time, happy sewing.